Solving one-step equations with algebra tiles. This is a digital lesson, so students will be able to move the tiles around their screen in order to solve the equations. So the second slide just tells them the value of each of the tiles. Slide 3 shows them how to create zero pairs. Red will always be negative. And then they're given an example of how to create equations using the tiles. Slide 5, now they can move the tiles themselves. So they're going to move the tiles to show each of these two equations. Now to solve it, slide 6, they're going to solve it by creating zero pairs. So they want to isolate the x. They want this green tile to be all alone on one side of the equal sign. That means they need to get rid of these 3. So they're going to do that by adding 3 red tiles to make 3 zero pairs. If they move, and they just click and hold, and they can move it right next to a yellow tile. So they have to add 3 red tiles to the left. That means they're going to add 3 red tiles to the right. And then they can take out the zero pairs. That means they can just move them off to the side. When they're done, they'll find out they're left with just x equals 3, and they type in 3 at the bottom. Okay, now they've got a few more problems to solve. Same thing, add 0 pairs, so to isolate the x. When they get to slide 10, they're going to be shown a multiplication problem, one-step equation. This is just an example of what it looks like. 5x equals 10. And there's a couple more. 4x equals 12, 3x equals 9. Now, in order to solve this, 5x equals 10, we have to move the yellow tile so there's an equal number next to each of the green tiles. When they've done that, they'll find out there's 2 yellow tiles next to each one. And so every x equals 2. So they just type in a 2 at the bottom. Okay, next one, 4x equals 12. They just move the tiles so there's an equal number next to each green, and then they can see what x equals. I've got another one to solve. They're going to have a couple of equations to solve here. And then we get to slide 18. Now we've got a division problem. So we've got x divided by 4. So that means that green tile is equal to x. They have to divide it into 4 equal parts. And since x divided by 4 equals 3, they're going to be moving 3 yellow tiles into each one of these sections. To find the answer, they just count all of the yellow tiles, and they get an answer of 12. They're going to be doing that on a couple more slides. Now, when they get down to the last one, this one they can be a little creative. 3x equals negative 9. So they're going to show the tiles that show 3x equals negative 9. And just using those tiles, they'll make a decoration. They can make anything that they like. I'll show you an example. There are teacher slides with all the answers, so make sure you delete those before you assign this to the students. You can just create a student or class copy. So all the answers on here. This is an example of that last slide. So these are all the tiles that would show 3x equals negative 9, and they can just move the tiles around and create some kind of design. And that's how it works.